Good morning, DBSCG fans. We are finally back. My name is Loki. I'm the Grand Archivist on our Players Guild, and I have with me the Guild Master, Scott. Mysterious Scott.
Woo!
He's so good, you will lose to him when he's only using one hand.
Yeah. And playing Mechikabura to boot as well. Like it's just the added insult, right? You got beat by a cripple who's playing Mechikabura. It's like two disabilities in one. Hey yo! But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about blue, which is weird.
It's definitely a color.
You know what? I've not been this excited for blue in a long time, so I'll give them the better. Oh, that's a lie. Gamma was very interesting.
Gamma was interesting. The Hirudegan was really fun.
But man, this is straight up my alley. It's the Otherworld Budokai is what they're officially calling it. I don't actually remember it being called that in the dub, but who knows, right? Like I've not gone back and watched that saga in a long time.
I think they're creating a bit more in here that was in the anime, unless I missed something.
See, this is what I mean. Like the things I remember from this saga aren't in this set. And then there's some really weird things that
I've never seen.
Wait, what? This was
like,
here? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
There was a different form of Paikuhan.
Yeah, it's
which I've never seen before.
I'm down. Let's go. Let's break it down. But we're starting with a Z battle card, a 1-drop, free Z energy, Super Saiyan, Son Goku, Awakened Onslaught, and then if you want to take the rest of it because it's very hard to read.
For starters, it doesn't have deflect because it doesn't have on-playability. But it's also sad that you can counterplay this with hidden potential. Was it?
Yeah, hidden potential.
The denial of hope.
Focus breakthrough.
Yeah, a lot of stuff you can counterplay, and this card will never.
8 counterplays.
Yeah. So on auto, place one of your Z energy in its owner's drop area. At the end of your turn, remove this card from the game, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 5 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So it's a spin, you need to lose a Z energy for that, so you spend 5 energy to remove a card. Which is, you know, a lot of energy to just remove a card. But it has activate main once per turn if your leader is mono blue and you discard one extra card from your hand. You draw one card and this card gets critical for the turn. So let's you cycle some extra cards. It can be a critical attacker. The problem is you do it on activate main.
Yeah, so you kind of telegraph what's coming. And also, like, I feel like blue extra cards out of all the cards in the game are the ones that you don't really want to be discarding. I know it works with what's going to be coming up in the set. But like just in general, like of all of the quote unquote like dead cards that you have in your hand, blue kind of has the most versatility with their extra cards, I feel.
Yes, but you're missing one point in here. If your leader card is mono blue and you discard one extra card, you don't need to discard the blue extra card.
Oh.
So wasn't there that negates that you can pay 1 warp it from the drop to draw a card?
Oh! Yeah. Not even a scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is some options here.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
like,
so only your leader needs to be mono blue, which is fine, because this is a support for mono blue leader is the same. Even though it's all of those special traits, etc., it's still a generic Z battle card. It's like that Frieza for green we've seen.
Yeah, I don't think it's on the same level as that Frieza, but
Definitely
I'm interested to see where this guy goes because I do think there's merit to it.
I think there's more merit to it, and I think there's a reason why the skills are so underwhelming. There's one thing we totally forgot about, right? This is a Son Goku card.
That's true. It can be evolved on top of, or
yeah, and this is a 1-drop you don't need to draw.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Actually, I do. Yeah. That's yeah.
It's a 1-drop that you don't need to draw, and it's very easy to restand that energy back. That's why the Kind Boy was so popular in the past, because it was getting you a card, and you had a 1-drop.
Yeah, that's true. And this one actually, I mean, you know what I mean?
This one also helps you cycle cards if you need
It
to.
also messes with your opponent's Z energy, which is interesting. Right.
Does
Oh
it?
no, it's yours, isn't
It's
it?
yours, Ian. Yeah,
Yours.
you need to
Yeah.
pay for that. But to be fair, I don't think that auto is ever going to come up because I think the biggest play of this card is you play it and you evolve it.
I can see that. I can see that.
Because that is really scary because it's a Son Goku.
Yeah, I mean, more energy efficient way of doing your chain, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's more of a consistent way because you have this in your Z deck. You don't need to have
Yeah.
it in your deck. You don't need to draw it. There's no way that's going to end up in your life. I think.
Yeah, realistically, right? That just kind of cuts 4 kind Saiyans. If we're going back and just using that as an example,
Yeah.
like just that frees up 4 cards in your main deck, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So I think that's why it's so underpowered, and I really like the fact that it supports all the archetypes we were talking about, but it also is good for the old stuff. So in that regard, I would say it's as good as the Frieza, because Frieza was designed for the old stuff with the skills.
Yeah.
This one is
Yeah.
with the card design.
Yeah, that's true. Completely forgot about the evolving. Like considering it's one of my favorite decks, I'm disgusted. I forgot about that. That UI chain into Kaioken. Ugh.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite decks to this day. So yeah, let's move on. Z Battle Goku, very nice way to start off this set.
And then we have the new leader.
This is the Awakened side.
Yes, so we're starting from the Awaken because that's how they uploaded it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's break it down. So this one is a discard a card from your hand when you attack. You draw a card.
It's horrible. it's a zero card. It's a zero card advantage.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. But then you have the activate main of send 2 blue, another world Budokai cards from your drop to your warp. Add up to 1 Angel Halo from your drop to your hand.
That's an interesting one, but there's so much play on the Angel Halo.
Yeah, it's a very Angel Halo heavy deck.
Yes, but I haven't seen any way to tutor the card.
I think there's a card that lets you add it to your hand. Activate battle once per turn. Use up to 2 blue, another world Budokai cards with 5k combo power from your warp in a combo, and they get minus 3k combo power and have their skills negate for the turn. But we all know that's just a way of getting them in your Z energy.
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
It's only ever there to realistically block a 15k attack going on you. Because it doesn't matter if you put 2k or 4k combo, you still stop the same type of attack.
Yeah, and then just charge into your Z energy, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Well, you charge only 1 from that. You can
Yeah,
only
but
charge
still.
1 card per battle.
But then
It's
put
fine, you
them
can do
back
it
in
during your
drop.
turn, you can do it during your opponent's turn, it lets you recycle those cards, which is fine.
Yeah, it puts them back in the drop, so then you can then go on to do the angel thing again. Like it makes sense, it's cool. But as you said, yeah, that the auto leaves something to be desired.
The problem is that they couldn't put it on minus 2000 because then it would be too strong, because then you have 21k power. So essentially 20k attacker or 25k defender.
Yeah, that's true.
That 25k defender is for no cost as well.
It would be nuts, yeah.
Yeah, so we can't have that. So it needs to be minus 3, but then it just puts it,
Yeah. So let's bring it down to the Awakened side, which is you can't include black battle cards in your deck.
Which I get that because it plays with cards from the warp, so overwhelming would just be too strong.
Yeah. Like a mirror in this deck would be terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. The amount of cards you put in your warp with this deck.
Activate main once per turn. Discard 3 blue Otherworld Budokai cards from your hand. Draw 3 cards.
Again, horrible ability. Okay, you can do it on turn 1. That's fine. But so many problems. Discard exactly 3. It's not up to 3 and draw how many you discarded. It's exactly 3. It doesn't let you any card advantage. Like, this leader on its own doesn't give you any card advantage. This is sad.
And then when your life is 4 or less, or there are 3 or more Angel Halos in your drop, you may draw 1 card, switch up to one of your energies about to merge, add cards till you're at 6, and then you flip over. Yeah, it's a very interesting leader. There's a way better leader.
There are way better leaders, that's one thing. The other thing is, normally when you have Alternative Awaken, it's something that is made to make you awaken easier. in here, having 3 Angel Halo in your drop is way more difficult than having 4 or less life, because you have only 4 Angel Halo in your deck. And no actual way to tutor it as far as I've seen. I might have missed something, but then you have at most one card that tutors it.
Yeah, it relies on it being in a drop from what I've seen. Granted, I've not read everything, which is the whole point of us doing the series. But yeah, like it's a neat concept. I think I don't want to say flawed execution because I think there's some really cool stuff that we're going to see in this set. But I think a lot of it is more because they're pieces of Goku and Vegeta than they are this leader. Paikuhan, on the other hand, is a different story, and we'll get into him. But this is the titular Angel Halo. One thing I will say is I don't know where it was, but we've seen a picture of this in person and what it looks like in Holo, and my god, it looks amazing as a Holo.
Yeah, a lot of extra cards, especially now that they started doing the full art extra cards, look amazing.
Yeah, there's like the foil from what that picture looks like. It looks like the history of foiling, which those cards look stupidly good. Yeah, like we used it on in AKORA on a secret rare, and a Dragon Ball just go. You know what? You can have that on regular holos now. Like
so, Angel Halo cost 0. Activate battle limit 1. One of your leaders or battle cards gets 1000 power for the battle. Additionally, if you have a mono blue Z battle card in play, the chosen card gets 4000 power for the battle. So you need to have a Z battle card, which at most you have 7.
Yeah.
They're going to be a target for a lot of removal, especially if you play against green.
Yes, that's very true.
So it's a 1k combo. The thing that hurts me the most is that it's limit 1 and it doesn't have another world Budokai tag.
Yeah, this really could have done with having that another world Budokai tag on it. Like just permanent. This card gains another world Budokai in all areas, or in your hand or drop. Right, you don't even need to put it in all areas.
Yeah. And then you just specify that you need to warp the another world Budokai battle cards.
Yeah, and I agree. The limit 1. I get them wanting to be careful, right? But I'm like, it's very. I think they erred on the side of caution a bit too much with this card.
It reminds me of the sword, right? Papian sword.
That's a very, very good example and comparison, right? Like Spirit Boost, they overcosted it. And I think that's a kind of what we're seeing here as well. Which is a shame, and I get like not wanting to create broken cards and broken combos. I get that, I obviously do, but come on, this is such a cool concept for a card.
I mean, the main thing I think what they were worried about is even though the card is blue, it doesn't specify blue leaders, it doesn't specify blue battle cards to give the power. So I think they were worried of putting too many extra cards for cards that check just for extra cards, not colored extra cards.
That could be fair, right? Like I said, it isn't like leader locked, color locked in any way, so it technically could go in like
anything,
any deck, right? Because it's a 1k combo at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, and we've said it time and time again how 1k can, in this game, the breakpoint you can theoretically get away with 1k.
Yes, on the defensive. It's a defensive card. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I should clarify that, on the defense. But then they made this guy, and it all suddenly, like, who cares, right?
He looks amazing. It's a good SR as well.
Card's stupidly good, so if you want to take us through it, and then we'll discuss why it's stupidly good.
6-drop, 3 specified blue, a deflect, triple strike, barrier, blocker, and when this card is played, draw 1 card, then choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards, where X is the number of extras in your drop, and place them at the bottom of their owner's decks in any order.
Before we move on to the next effect, can I just say how much I hate the word like extras, like that they just changed
extra cards. Yeah, because they have battle cards and then they have extras.
Yeah,
and they also stopped saying drop area.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that one. I'm all for changing card text, but some of this changes I'm not. No, the
problem is that they keep on changing phraseology and words without any announcements.
That's a very good point. Yeah, because the flip thing, a lot of people thought it was a mistake, and we had to go around telling everyone, no, they changed Awaken, so it's like core part of the effect.
And then we had the problem when initially we had the red top pole which said each time your opponent needs to discard. Then we had the
Oh my
blue
god,
baby
yeah.
negates which didn't have them, so didn't have that, so people were getting confused. Then they started doing it again, and people were doubling down on the blue baby stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just they don't make announcements, and that's the problem.
I concur on that one. I think like I'm all for problem solving card text. Obviously, it's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to announce this thing because stuff like this, especially in a game where we've had mistranslations and wonky wording,
Yeah.
this can easily be read as a mistake. That we know it's not. We know it's not because it's quite intentional. Like especially on the awakened skills, we know that's intentional.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like you said, you've just pointed out the drop one. I didn't even notice that. Like,
I didn't notice it the first time I was reading through as well, so you know,
so
not a
it's-
folder.
it's Bandai. I appreciate you trying, but yeah, just a bit of communication goes a long way, especially when you've had issues with wordings in the past.
Yeah. Then we have auto limit 1 at the end of your turn. Switch this card to active mode and switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. I love the fact that they actually put limit 1 on this skill.
Yeah,
And we all agree on this one because this has barrier, blocker, triple strike.
yeah, this needed to be limit 1, and I love how it's like mono blue, please God, mono blue.
Yeah. And then activate main, pay 4 blue energy. If there are no battle cards in your drop, play this card from your hand.
I love it.
This is
I love
scary
it.
because outside of the Goku deck we've just talked about, any deck that can run Overwhelm and is blue can just Overwhelm and play this.
Yep, there's no battle cards in my drop. There's no cards in my drop.
Yeah.
It's not restricted to any leader. It's just 4 blue.
Yeah. It's...
Hey, do you know what deck's really good? And that really runs on extra cards.
Which one?
Begins with Invoker.
Begins with Invoker. Yeah.
I don't see it being played in Invoker, but I think it like.
But there's another thing of that. If you are very careful with your combos, all of your combos are going to be in the Z energy.
Oh, that's such a clever thought. Oh, I didn't even think about it like that. Oh, I love the Z energy, man.
Yeah, it makes so many different plays possible.
But yeah, this card's nuts. It definitely deserves the SR slot. Like, it's just what more do you want? Like,
apparently Vegeta, another world warrior.
this one's a bit of a limp.
Yeah,
one for
this
me.
one is a
I'm
limp
not a huge fan.
No.
And Power Blue, for free. If you have 3 or more markers when it's played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, return it to the hand. Nice, doesn't get around barrier. It's whatever. +1, activate main, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck.
I can go for that because you know it's a 1-drop.
Yeah, that's
It's a
fair.
blue
Like,
1-drop. I can go for that.
You can place the card you draw at the bottom of your deck, which is kind of nice. And then we get to this -4, which
Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 3 or less, ignoring barrier, place it at the bottom. It's a double removal, right? If you play it for 1 energy above a blue unison with 3 markers, it's a removal of 3 battle cards.
yeah, I feel like probably the best utility here is something like on top of a Boonison if you want to really deal with some problematic things. But I just
The problem is that this unison is never hitting unless you commit any cards to it. Or some cards to it.
yeah,
Because it's 6k power, it never gets the power.
No, this is a play it, drop it, forget about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, it is a common, so obviously power levels are to be expected. But like the ignoring barrier being 3 or less on a -4 ability on a 6k unison.
Yeah. I think they're just worried that that people would otherwise be playing it over Bunison, which I think would be a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, Bunison is just really good. Like, why would you do that?
Exactly. Why would you do that, right?
No, why would you do that? Bunison only like the one thing about Bunison is like it really can't gain that many markers, like unless you're hard doing janky shit to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever. It doesn't really help the engine. It's whatever. It
doesn't even discard the bloody card.
No, it puts it at the bottom of your deck, which cool. Maybe like I just don't see where this fits in.
No, I think it's a pack filler. Because the deck is not designed to use a Unison.
Yeah.
Moving on. North Kai here to cheer. So, one drop, Barrier, 4k power, God from Another World Budokai. Activate main. Once per turn, place up to 1 Angel Hero from your deck in your drop, then shuffle your deck. This is literally the only card we have.
I think so.
But it does exactly what I expected it. It just mills an Angel Halo. It doesn't give it to your hand.
Yeah.
Then you pay 1 energy, and you choose 1. Look through your life and place up to 1 Angel Halo from it in your drop. If you place a card in your drop, add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life, then shuffle your life. This is kind of what the Shenron decks needed, right?
This gives me a lot of hope for Wish in the future.
Yeah. And then you can place up to 1 Angel Halo from your deck in your drop, then shuffle your deck. So the idea is you play it turn 1 for 1. You mill an Angel Halo. Then next turn you mill an Angel Halo, pay 1 and mill an Angel Halo.
Yeah, and then you've got the free, and then you can do
The only problem I have with this is you need to choose the mode on activate main on the second one before you see your life. It's not find 1 from your deck or life. It's choose 1.
No, but I guess if you do the activate main first, you're gonna know.
If you go the
I get where you're coming from it, but like sequence correctly, you should be fine.
The problem is that takes essentially 2 energy to get 3 and 2 turns to have 3 of them in a drop.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And the way, because you need to pay that 1 energy. The second activate main is funny enough that you can do it twice in a turn if you want to.
Yeah.
So you can see all 4 of them, but it still feels weird.
Kind of mitigates the need of I guess to me this just kind of says rather than having to play another one just to do it, you kind of just got it on board so it does it anyway. Which I think is a cool way of designing a card. To be honest, I'm not I like it.
It's fine, but you need to run 4 of those, 4 of Angel Halo,
for consistency. Yeah,
and then you're left with dead cards for the rest of the game.
I mean, they're Another World Budokai, so they do work with the Another World Budokai leader. But generally, if you're not running that strategy,
but you want your drop area to be empty, right, for the big Goku.
Yes.
So that means that this takes a slot of warping it, even though we have other cards that want to be warped.
Yeah. I mean, it can be Z energy.
Then it ends up in the drop when you use that Z energy.
yeah, that's true. It's an interesting card, interesting concept, interesting design, but again, I'm just not sold on this Angel Halo strategy.
It seems way too gimmicky.
Oh, it's 100% a gimmick. It's 100% a gimmick.
And that's the end of this one. So let's go to the day 2 when we have Paikuhan.
It's alright. This makes up for everything we just saw.
Z-Leader.
So, we need to come to him last because he's actually stupid, and we will get to him last.
Shall we start with the?
Because this is nuts. Right, Paikuhan from set 12.
Sure.
I think was it Fisher? It doesn't feel like it was set 12. Anyway, whatever set Paikuhan was in, very gimmicky deck, interesting deck, but it was mainly a Gogeta deck, which is kind of Paikuhan's role in the Janemba movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Paikuhan's time to shine, and if you want to take it away for us, Loki.
So, Otto, when this card attacks, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 blue with cost of 1 to your hand. It's like flat out blue card. It can be Unison, it can be extra card, it can be a battle card. Anything that costs...
Look at the top 5, pick 1.
Yeah. If you have 2 or more energy, when you add energy to Z energy, you flip this card, draw 2 cards, and then take damage until you 6. And then awaken when you're 4 less, you just draw 2 cards. Which is, I think, very rare to see that it's the same auto awaken and awaken skill.
Yeah, that's a bit odd to me, but hey, that's what it is. Then we awaken into the Galaxy Warrior!
I'm just going to point out that he has a special trait of West Galaxy Warrior.
Oh, does he? Oh, I didn't see that before.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
West Galaxy Warrior and another world Budokai.
Nice. So attack, draw 1, cool.
Yeah.
That's whatever. But then, the spicy meatballs.
That's so interesting. So, auto once per turn, if it's your turn, when one of your energies switch to active mode by one of your blue card skills, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. It's very interesting because normally they're trying to stop us, but they're trying to stop us from restanding energy during our turn.
Yep. they was like, who wants rules? Let's not. And then this activate main, draw 1, and then place 1 card from your hand on top of your deck.
So this one doesn't get you advantage, but you still have the auto that gives you advantage. It doesn't say discard a card to draw a card. That does absolutely nothing. This one actually, it has that filtering, but it also has a draw a card.
But we go even further beyond, Loki! Paikuhan, Deathless Skill!
And he looks different than I remember him from the anime. In the anime, I remember him always having his thing and not looking like a mix between a Namekian and a Cell.
Yeah, it's wild. I really need to go back and rewatch this saga, and I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen. 4Z, 4Z energy.
Yeah.
Double strike. So permanent double strike on the leader. Z awaken for 1 blue.
On any blue Paikuhan, so it can be old one, it can be the new one.
Yep, and then.
So when this card attacks, draw 2 cards, then place 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. Which is fine.
I love it.
And when this card's power is increased by one of your Paikuhan card skills, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it on top of its owner's deck.
Even better.
Doesn't go around barrier, but if you have Paikuhan that can give power during opponent's turn, woo boy!
It's so good. And then the activate main, which is just... Oh, I love it. Return one of your blue Paikuhan cards with an energy cost of 8 to its owner's hand. Play up to 1 blue Paikuhan with an energy cost of 5.
Then we had a secret Paikuhan of cost 8.
Does it have a cost of 8? I will double check quickly because I have it right here in my secret rare binder. Woo. And I've just spilled all my tournament kit cards on the floor. It is a... What set was it from? Jesus Christ. Whoa, wow, that was ages ago. Wow, this was a lot longer ago than I remember. It is a cost of 8.
So you can loop the secret rare.
So you used to be able to, but because of the new ruling on Ultimate, it gets removed from the game. So you can't.
Really? They changed the Ultimate keyword?
Ultimate, yeah. Ultimate, if it leaves the field, it's removed from the game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good, so there's never looping any... What happens if you evolve on top of it?
It's still on the field, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but then it's not a card on the field.
Good question.
And then, when it's removed, it should technically go to the drop.
Good question. That's a question for David.
Yeah.
Can you evolve on any of the secret rares? Yeah, you can evolve on
SS4, the Hyper Evolution.
Yeah, you can evolve on Goku's, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I if it's not obvious, I love this Z Leader.
Yeah.
I think this is exactly what Z Leader should be. It works with old and new, whilst trying to add a bit of its own flavour to it. And, built-in double strike on the leader. Actually very scary.
A good thing that it's one of those 15k leaders, not 20.
Oh my god, yes. If this was 20k, that would be stupid. So this is the SR, the 8-drop that it's obviously referencing to. If you want to take us through it. This isn't the important piece. This is probably one of the weaker cards in the engine, if anything.
Yes, but I think it also procs in your leader, doesn't it? So, 8-drop for specified blue, 30,000 power, dual attack, which is interesting. Activate main, you switch this card to rest mode and switch up to one of your blue energy to active mode and you can't attack with battle cards for the turn. So the idea is you attack once and then you rest it, I think. Interesting enough, activate main is not once per turn.
No.
And then activate battle. Look at up to one card from the top of your deck. Add up to one blue Paikuhan card among them to your hand. Then place the remaining card at the bottom of your deck. If you added a card to your hand, choose one of your blue cards and gets 5k power for the turn. You can indeed do it during your opponent's turn with the Z leader that lets you just...
Yep. And then just bounce back.
And it also senses. It's for the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really solid little techie
and with,
option.
The leader skill lets you draw a card, put the card back. So you
And
know that always
you know you're going to get it.
Yeah, you get like a 1-drop Paikuhan that you're never going to play again.
Basically, if your opponent's not playing Barrier, you're going to be... It's not a Yatterlock per se, but my god.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Ball has a lot of draw, but putting it on the top of the deck is very interesting.
Yeah. Then we have 5-drop Paikuhan testing the opposition. So this is a 5-drop it's going to be playing from the hand.
This is my boy. I love this boy.
So deflect.
Oh
yeah, go.
Yeah, no, by all means take it.
Deflect permanent during your turn. He has barrier.
Yep. try and charismatic villain me now, Frieza.
And then very interesting one. Activate main for 2 blue. Place 1 Frieza and 1 cell card from your energy in their owner's drop. Play this card from your hand. Then place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck in your energy in rest mode.
Mm-hmm.
Frieza and Cell in your energy. That's really interesting. Of course, you can also choose the ones that you used to pay for him.
Yes.
And activate main. 1 blue. If your leader card is a blue Paikuhan, return this to your hand. Play 1 blue Paikuhan with cost of 8 from your hand. If you play the card, choose one of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. This is scary because it's also not once per turn.
Nope.
Oh, it's not limit 1.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can, yeah. So you literally can just pay activate main, cool. I've got my 8-drop, cool. Z leader into 5-drop, cool. Then I'm gonna do
go again into the 8-drop.
Yep. Oh, and yeah, didn't you realize? Oh, I can then switch my new 8-drop into rest mode and then retap my energy. Yeah. Restart my energy.
Yeah. No, if you use that ability,
so much fun!
You can't attack with the battle cards, but
Who cares?
Both 8-drop and 5-drop are very important. So quite happy with that. It looks fun.
This 5-drop's nuts, man. This 5-drop should have been the SR. I know why it's not, but like...
So this is interesting. Here we see Cell for the Z battle card.
Mm-hmm.
So, 3-drop, 3 specified blue, 2 Z energy, deflect critical 25,000. It's huge. And when this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with cost 5 or less and place them under this card.
Yup.
Yeah, it's generic.
It's going to be a very good card for Gammas.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very, very scary card. And then activate main once per turn. If 1 or more cards are under this card and you place all of them in its owner's drop, switch this card to active. And if you use this card to place 4 or more cards, it gets triple strike. So it punishes your opponent for playing wide.
Yeah, you go wide, you're going to get... You're
going to get smacked with a triple strike critical.
Crit. Technically, it's quad, right?
Yeah, because it's attack once and then do it again.
I mean, if you champer, it's potentially 5, right? Like, jeez. Yeah.
I mean, it's also an android. Can't you do that with Jero as well?
Yeah, you can do it with Jero, yeah. This guy is very scary.
And this is the one I've never seen.
This one's a hero's one, that's why. This definitely wasn't in the anime. And look what returns! Rejuvenate!
Yay.
Cool.
Okay. Moving on.
Bandai constantly trying to make Rejuvenate happen. The only deck it's ever worked in is like Black Smoke, and then like the weird shenanigans that happened with King Piccolo.
Yeah. Super Paikuhan True Mastery. So 2 specified blue, 15,000 power. Rejuvenate once per turn for 5 markers. It's fine. Activate main. Look at up to it's +2. Just look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck. Place 1 blue card in your drop, then shuffle your deck. I don't think it's bad. It doesn't give you card advantage, but it gives you 2 markers. So it essentially starts at 4 markers.
Yep.
Then on 0 you draw a card, then put a card from your hand underneath this, which is fine.
That's how you proc the Rejuvenate, remember? Because Rejuvenate
Yeah,
needs
you need a card underneath.
Yeah.
And then -6, I think, is why this card is so strong. Add up to 1 Paikuhan from your deck to your hand.
Yep. Oh, I just need to do what I need. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's... yeah, it's scary. Because it can't be left unchecked.
Oh, no, you need to... like.
You need to keep it under 6.
Yeah,
The
because...
Rejuvenate doesn't matter, but the -6.
See, it doesn't matter, but it also makes it more of a threat that it's there than it does. Like, you can never intend to use that Rejuvenate, but they need to, like you said, they need to keep your markers there. And that +2, that lets you thin your deck every turn. Like...
I think that +2 and that +0 would ultimately be better skills in the Goku deck.
I can see that. Oh, yeah. Oh, for the Angel thing? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for the Angel deck.
Yeah. 100%.
The -6 doesn't matter, but the first 2 are amazing for...
Well, you say that. There's a Goku Paikuhan card that
oh yeah, that's true.
Which is stupidly good.
And that was that. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
Speaking of the Goku Paikuhan card, let's talk about it. It's a 4-drop with 3 specified blue. It's a 0/5/15 defect. Oh my god.
Deflect.
Take it. Words no work.
So, when this card attacks, you choose up to 1 mono blue card with 5000 combo power in your drop and use it in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. And choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. This effect is not once per turn.
No, it's not! It's not limit 1 either. Just putting it out there.
It's not limited in any way.
Nope.
It's just dual attack, deflect.
Jonica swings.
It doesn't need any, it doesn't need any keywords on the attack, because it's just, oh, I'm always stacking for 20k, and I'm always spinning one of your cards.
Yep.
And then at the end of your turn, draw 1 card, then switch up to 1 of your mono blue energy to active mode.
Because why not, right?
I think they missed the limit 1 on that skill.
Yeah.
Because the Goku 6-drop had it.
Yeah.
And this one on top of that draws a card.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good SR.
And then activate main, limit 1, pay 2 blue. If you have 3 or more energy, discard 2 mono blue extra cards from your hand. Play this card from your hand with barrier.
Yep. Because do you know what this card needs?
Barrier.
Barrier.
To be fair, I don't think it's barrier full turn, and you need to have 2 mono blue extra cards. But I think this card is amazing for control decks.
It's great, it works with a Goku, but there's also a really good Paikuhan card that we're going to get to. That's an extra card.
We have our Cell that goes into the main deck. 1-drop, Hellish Hellraiser.
I haven't actually read this one yet.
So, a 1-drop 4k. When it's played, you look at the 5 cards from your deck. Add Frieza or another World Budokai card, both blue and with cost 5 or less, to your hand, and shuffle your deck.
Okay.
And then activate main, limit 1. For 1 blue, if your leader is blue Paikuhan, and you place 1 of your blue energy in its owner's drop, add this card from your drop to your energy, then switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode.
Oh, that's nice.
This can net you an energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you pay 1, you sack that blue one, add this. Oh no, it adds in rest mode. Never mind, it adds in rest mode, so you restand this. So it's always 0 energy.
Oh right, yeah, but you break even for it, which is cool.
Yeah, you break even. You essentially just switch the energy. You put whatever you want in the drop, and then there was that 5-drop was playing itself by sacking Cell.
The Cell and the Frieza, yeah. So I'm guessing the Frieza's going to do the same thing.
Frieza, when it's played, 5 cards from the top of your deck for 1 Cell or another World Budokai, both blue and cost 5 or less. Like, I like this phrasing, because this one is clear. Whichever you choose, both need to be...
Yeah, that makes sense. This is the one thing I see people confused about. I'm like, wait, no, that makes more sense than
than the
way they
old
do
one.
it. Yeah, one green, one green. It's like, just say both have to be green or both have to be blue.
Yeah.
It's like, that makes sense to me.
And this activate main is limit 1 as well, but doesn't cost energy. You add one of your blue energy in active mode to your hand. You discard one card from your hand, then add this card from your drop to your energy.
That's pretty neat.
So this
actually.
one comes in active, but it also needs to bounce an energy in active.
Yeah. So both of them very easy in getting there because obviously just getting them into there it's pretty easy.
And it also lets you bring back the card from your energy to your hand. It's something I totally forgot about.
Yeah, that is like on paper that might seem bad, but that's probably way more helpful than it actually looks.
You do need to discard a card, but because you bounce the energy, you can find your piece again.
Yeah.
So initially you can charge that 5-drop or 8-drop to keep it safe from hand disruption.
Yeah.
And then bring it back.
Very true, very true. And then I think... Oh no, we're getting into the weird
Oh god, no! This is my bane!
This is actual pain. So, yeah, we've just been talking about another World Saga. Here's Resurrection F. What?!
Sure!
and it's not going to stop there either, by the way, people. It's going to get weirder again, but let's go through this.
Okay.
This card was almost perfect, and then you read the actual effects on it.
Yeah, so essentially you will never play this card. Because this card is never played. It's an energy card. It's a very fancy energy card. So, permanent, you can't switch this card in your energy to active mode. Not by a skill, not by nothing.
It cannot be switched.
Yep. You use it once. Or you bounce it to your hand with tons of different
Yeah,
effects.
there's the Zeno and there's other cards that let you bounce it back, but yeah.
When this card is placed in your energy, you can't place cards in your energy for the turn.
Feel like they're really trying to stop you doing something with these cards. Can't quite put my finger on it though.
Yeah. Activate main, 1 blue. If the name of your leader's backside includes Super Saiyan Black Son Goku. So, Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku.
What the kind of shit you coming up with here, bro?
Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku. You draw 1 card, then place this card from your hand in your energy in rest mode.
It's so bad.
So, it lets you ramp, sure. It draws you a card, sure. Fun fact, it says if the name of your leader's backside, it doesn't mean if your leader is on the backside.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, so you can do it before you awaken.
Okay, that to be fair, that's quirky. Okay, I didn't actually read it like that, so that's quirky.
Yeah, because normally it would say if your leader's...
It's backside facing up or whatever.
Yeah, faces the backside up, and its name includes Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku, you do this. But this one is just, yeah, you can do it on the front side, so you can do it turn 1 to ramp. I think there was that Zeno super combo that lets you bounce an energy, right? And then place an energy from your hand. From set 10.
I have no idea.
I think that might be getting a ban hammer. Because this would ramp way too fast on this.
Maybe, yeah.
The other thing is that people are talking about is the Zeno Unison. You use that, then you try to use Beerus. By pairing 1, you just draw a card without losing any card advantage.
Oh, because you can't place cards in your energy for the turn.
I don't like the fact that this card cannot be used in the Beerus deck.
Yeah, it's honestly,
It's so bad.
if you're really that scared of ramp, just don't do it.
I can't even think of what leader can use this.
I mean, my
The
only
Soul Striker
thinking,
can't.
no, my only thinking is it's to do with the reboot.
Yeah, with the reboot set 1, isn't it? Because it wants 7 energy.
That's the only thing that I
Yeah.
can.
It's such a weird card.
It's such a disappointment of a card, and it's so restrictive. Like, it's very rare I see a card and I like instantly think it's bad, and I like it upsets me this card exists, right? It's not even like we've had bad cards, like when we first saw Toa, you know how I was very disappointed in it.
Yeah.
But this fundamentally spits in the face of what we love about Beerus, and just it's like why though?
Yeah.
Why? What like it's not necessary, and there's no way you can make this card good.
I mean,
there's no
you
amount
need to
of
have something that keeps on letting you bounce your energy, etc. But you can't even do it on the turn that this card is added to your energy.
No, because you can't add anything back to your energy.
So I wanted to say that technically it would work with that Cell and Frieza, but then, oh wait, that needs to be Paikuhan. This one, you would need to charge it from your hand, and then you can't do it the same turn.
Yeah, it's so restrictive, man. I don't think we've ever seen a card like we've seen cards with restrictions and stuff, but there's just so much going on to just be like, please don't ramp, please don't break this card, that it literally makes it not fun to play.
And then we have Whis the Visitor, which is another thorn in the back for the Beerus player, like myself.
It's such a fuck you, and it's really upsetting.
Yes. So, one cost.
Especially the activate main, which we'll get to.
Yeah, if the name of your leader's backside includes Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku, when this card is played, draw one card, add up to one Beerus the Visitor, the card we've just seen, from your deck to your energy in rest mode. Then shuffle your deck.
You ramped it, but then you...
I mean, let you ramp from the deck. I will take this. Oh, wait, it only works for that one deck. And the card enters in the rest mode and stays there.
Yeah, like,
it's a ramp, that's not a ramp.
But you ramped, but it's stuck there.
Exactly. You ramped, but it's no ramp. You have the increased maximum, but you can't use one of them.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, I can take this. This is fairly alright. Because, yeah, you increase your maximum, it works for the leader, you never get to use it, so it's never really punishing you. There's tons of deck thinning, but you're always going to be sad when you draw that one Beerus that you want to charge and there's none left in the deck.
Yeah, it's...
But then... And then...
Where I had so much hurt, but then...
No. Activate main, pay 5 if your leader is the blah blah blah, and... You
God damn it! Why? Why
Blue Son Goku, yeah?
Fuck you!
Aye! Language.
No!
And you have 8 mono blue energy. I can get... The energy requirement is fine. Play up to one Whis Judge of the Gods from your deck on top of this card, then shuffle your deck. So people were worried that, oh, they didn't do it for Beerus because then it could loop. Well, you can't really loop it because it goes on top and it only plays from the deck. So you're not left with the card. You don't get additional turn because it's not played in Beerus Leader, which is... That's a FU.
Yeah.
You essentially just get a Quad Strike.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Quad Strike, because attack and effect can't be negated, is scary.
Yeah. Just sad.
Yeah.
Sad it's not Beerus.
You need to have 8 energy for that. It's just... I had so much hope when I heard people talking about Whis Judge of the Gods, and then it's like... Nope.
Yeah.
No, you don't get that. It's like...
It's not the Whis Judge of... Like, it's taking something that was really cool and trying to shoehorn it into this reboot, which...
Yeah.
Really defeats the purpose of reboot, because they're trying to make a whole playstyle around it when it never really had a playstyle around it. Like,
yeah, it's so out of place, and some new people are going to be coming in. And why would I play this card? It auto doesn't work.
Yeah, that's a really good.
You just get a Quad Striker, but yeah, its skills and attack can't be negated. It's a 12 cost, but it can still be removed. It doesn't have barrier.
Don't have any protection, yeah.
No, because protection back then the only protection that
doesn't have deflect, doesn't have barrier.
A barrier didn't exist because it set one card, right? So no barrier, no deflect, no indestructible because I was set 2 thing.
Yeah,
nothing.
The game's progressed to a point where it's cool, it's gimmicky, it's fun, but it's bad.
I'm so sad because when I've seen Whis on the anniversary box, I hope that they're going to support the ramp Beerus, but no.
No, now I'm more worried. Yeah.
Grand Kai, Grand Asov, all is just a for life super
combo.
There's nothing else to say. It's another God super combo, which blue has quite a few.
Let's get back to the fun stuff.
Nah.
Yeah!
This is such a weird card.
Thunder Flash!
So 1-drop counter-attack, negate the attack, activate main, 1 blue. If your leader is a Paikuhan card and you send this card from your drop to warp, choose up to 1 of your blue Paikuhan cards and it gets 5k power and double strike for the turn.
Spicy.
It's activate main.
Yeah, but I like how it can be used off of the SR Goku, because obviously you need to pitch 2 extra cards.
Yeah, and it's also a Paikuhan, so you can use it on him.
Yeah. So it's now a dual attack, barrier,
25, 25, yeah.
Yeah.
And removal on top of that.
It's spicy. It's spicy.
The weird card.
Yeah, this one's weird.
Another World Budokai Finals. So, you pay 1 energy, you draw 1 card. Then, you need to discard 1 card from your hand, and then you can switch 1 of your energy to active mode. Then, your opponent may discard 1 card from their hand. If they decide to do so, they get an energy. Why? Why? Why would I open an energy for my opponent to negate?
Yeah, it's I don't know whether the intention was serious or if it's riffing on what we've seen with Hercule, because I feel like it's trying to play on the Goku's just a good sportsman.
Yes.
But I'm like it's like no though, no, because like there's no way I can stop my opponent not doing this.
Yeah. Oh, you can if your opponent already has all the energy active.
Well, yeah, true. But then I'm not going to play my
You know where this card would be the best?
I'm actually curious to see where you go with this, yeah.
In a hand control.
Yeah, like bait them into a false sense of security.
Oh, not even that. Their hand is so low they can't afford to discard to get the energy.
Yeah, there's that way as well, yeah. Blue-green hand control? Doable.
Yeah. With Violent Predator, right? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh, she gone.
Moving on, we have the North Galaxy Warrior, Olibu.
Olibu!
So, free
or
drop.
Hercules.
Yeah, 2 specified blue, 15,000 power. Auto discard 1 blue, another World Budokai card from your hand. When this card is played, you draw 1 card and choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and bounce it. It's fine. Because activate main. Pay 1 blue, discard Angel Halo, play this card from your warp.
Yeah, Goku support.
Yeah, it's Goku support.
So it comes from the warp, it does shenanigans.
It lets you cycle cards. The problem is if you don't have another World Budokai card in your hand, the card does nothing.
Yeah.
It's a 15k attacker with no keywords.
I wish we saw some more extra cards with another World Budokai, put it that way.
Or any.
Or any, yeah. I don't think there is any, is there?
Sarta, North Galaxy Warrior. Negate the attack, play this card, free drop, 1 specified blue. If it's your opponent's turn and 2 or more Angel Halo in your drop, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. It's fine. The whole deck suffers a lot if your opponent has early removal for 1-drops.
Oh, yeah.
Or a counterplay, or anything. Because then you lose your North Kai and then suddenly you need to manually find your Angel Halo. Or you keep multiple Kais in hand and then you have a dead hand.
It's like the AOD deck, right? If they can deal with your Babidi.
Yeah, but the Babidi has barrier. Oh, so that's actually the...
That's the card, yeah.
Yeah. Auto, if your leader is blue, another World Budokai card, and you discard 1 Angel Halo from your hand. When this card is played, your opponent can't attack with battle cards with cost 5 or less for the turn unless they place 1 card from hand at the bottom of the deck each time. So they came back to that each time. So it's a 1-drop that does this, and you need to discard... your leader needs to be another World Budokai, works with Paikuhan. But you need to discard specifically Angel Halo. You can't discard a blue extra card, you can't discard another World Budokai card, you can't discard a blue card, nothing like that. It needs to be Angel Halo.
Yeah.
A card you play 4 of in your deck, and you want to mill 3 of them in your first 2 turns. What?
Yeah.
Vanilla soft guy. And that was a short reveal day. And the Friday is Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Help from the Past. That's Future Trunks Saga.
Yep. And this is where it just continues to get weirder. Although, legitimately do very much like both of these Vegeta.
Oh yeah. Both Goku and Vegeta are really good.
Yeah.
So, free cost specified to 9,000 power barrier. It's for the Vegito place, right? So it doesn't need to be high power. During your opponent's turn, if all of your energy is mono blue and this card would be revealed in your life and added to your hand, you may play it instead. Which is nice. You can pay 2 blue. If all of your energy is mono blue, when this card is played, add the top card of your deck to your energy in rest mode. It ramps you! Costs like 5 to ramp you 1. But still! It's not locked to any leader.
No, it's not.
The thing is, you need to have a way to reveal the card in your life and add it to your hand, so... to play it for free. Otherwise, yeah, you can pay 5 energy to get the 1 energy. Technically, Beerus might look into doing that, but... I think there are better cards to do. Vegeta, Help from the Past. It's the same stats and exactly the same effect.
Yep.
So you have additional couple of ramps. Problem with those ramps is they can be stopped by a lot of counterplays.
Very true. Very
They're
true.
fun cards, and I'll probably be playing around with them in the Beerus, but they can be stopped by so much stuff.
Oh yeah. Why can't we just give them the God tag? Myojin!
The North Galaxy Warrior again. So, 2 drop, 1 specified blue, 5,000 power. If you have 2 or more Angel Halos in your drop, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. Not even to 0. You can't free play this card. You need to pay 1 for it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's played, you draw 1 card, then place 1 Another World Budokai from Warp into your drop. So you put them back in, so you can warp them again.
Yep.
Activate main, limit 1. If your leader card is blue, Another World Budokai, you send this card from its owner's warp and discard 1 Angel Halo from your hand. Add 1 blue Another World Budokai with cost between 3 and 7 from your warp to your hand.
Nice.
So you can get back the Goku?
Yeah.
Or Goku Paikuhan.
Yeah, the 4 drop.
But it's the same. The leader only lets you add the Angel Halo once per turn to your hand.
Yeah.
And you have so many cards that says discard, but you want to discard 3 of them in turn 1.
To awaken, yeah.
It's bad.
It's gimmicky. Like we said, we've already said it's gimmicky. It's
West Sky.
Impending clash.
Yeah, it searches for West Galaxy Warrior or Another World Budokai in the top 5. Both need to be blue with cost of 5 or less, or blue unison with cost of 2.
Yeah.
And add it to your hand. The West Galaxy Warrior is Paikuhan.
Yes.
East Kai, which is another vanilla. We got 2 drop 20k vanillas.
Yeah, I mean, my hope here is that the East and South, they get their characters in the next, or in a future support for them. Because the 2 that are really missing from this are the fish-looking guy who like almost chokes Goku to death. And then the bug lady who gets DQ'd because she wouldn't be ready until like 9,000 years in the future or whatever it is.
Yeah. But
And
I think it was mostly because they wanted to include all 4 of the Kais in here, but they couldn't find anything for South and East to do.
on their own, they didn't have much to do. No. But they do have warriors that I'm hoping we might get to see in future. This gives me hope for them, but who knows? Who knows,
Yeah,
right?
we'll see.
If it revolves
I think the
around
fact that we
Isabella,
see them here as the vanillas gives me less hope.
I mean, yeah, okay, could be true. Could be true.
And then finally...
oh yeah, we're not done. We're not done for blue. I forgot.
There's one more blue card.
One more blue thing.
It's a set 1. We finally found the set 1 secret
It
that
took
got
us
lost for 5 years.
18 main sets, and we found our secret rare.
It also has keywords that didn't exist back then. Deflect.
Yep. Deflect. Triple attack. Was triple attack?
Was triple attack was a thing. The 7-drop Beerus, the 6-drop Green Goku. There was quad attack even. Remember?
Was there?
Judge of Gods.
Oh, that's fair.
That's
I'll
set
let you
1.
off.
That's
Yeah.
set 1 card.
Yeah, I mean, let's go over the card because it's kind of nutty. It's an 8-drop Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. It is... So it's a set 18 card, but it is a set 1 secret rare. It's not an error. It's not a misprint. It's intentional, probably. Maybe.
It's because set 1 was the only one that didn't have a secret, and they wanted to make sure that every set gets a secret.
But it's
Which is kind of pointless because they're never going to print Galactic Battle ever again.
No. And it's actually not in set 1.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's weird. It's a... I mean, to be fair, they didn't match the power of the card to the set 1, which I'm grateful for.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Would be unplayable.
Oh, it'd be funny. But this card is actually pretty good. Ultimate Deflect, triple attack, permanent for each card. Your opponent, each card in your opponent's energy, reduce it by 3. I almost said 2. No, it's by 3. So if they're on 2 energy, it costs you 2 to play.
Yeah, and the fact that you can play it on turn 2 as a 40k triple attack is scary. Oh, it's triple attack, not triple strike. But
it's triple attack. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. Then you might be right. Triple attack. Was there triple attack in set 1? It was dual attack.
It was definitely dual attack.
Yeah, I don't think it was a triple.
And then you can't place cards on top of this card. I wonder why.
Oh wait, a 2-drop that could evolve into anything.
Literally.
And also it has 2 free attacks and then restands.
Yeah. And then if your opponent has 4 or more energy, when this card is played, switch all your energy to active. Mono blue. Mono blue.
Like, this card makes me want to play it in Beerus.
Yeah, it's such a fun card.
Because it essentially skips a turn. Right?
It gives you another turn. It is the antithesis of what like the Beerus deck did with the get to Whis, get another turn. This kind of does that.
It doesn't let you ramp that 1 more energy, but the fact is that as a Beerus I could have about 10 energy, play out 8 energy worth of stuff, and then play this.
Yeah. So
and then I get 10 energy back.
Yeah, it's really good for that. The one thing I've quickly we've only seen it, and so we've all been throwing out ideas for it. Is in set 6 Boo. You do some shenanigans with this, and then you go into the ape of your final kill with the Boo. That could be really fun. This card has a lot of potential outside of the gimmick of it being the set 1 secret rare. I'm excited for it. This is the first blue secret rare since Hatch, which was set 11.
Yeah.
That
it's polar opposite from the Hatch, right?
Yeah, right. Like
Hatch was very defensive.
Yeah, Hatch buys you a turn. This kind of redoes your turn.
But it's also aggressive. It lets you play out multiple threats. Then for 2-drop you have 40k triple attack threat. Yeah. And then you keep on playing.
Yeah, it's...
So like Hatch is very good for defensive decks. This is very good for offensive or combo decks.
It's very cool. It's a very cool secret rare. It's a very... I mean, the fact that they've gone back and added a card to a set, like, it's a gimmick, it's a one-off, but I think it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now we can get past the whole, well, Galactic Battle never had a secret rare. Even though it still technically doesn't.
I mean, at least they moved it back to Champa Saga, which was the...
Yeah, which was the correct thing, yeah. It was not... Yeah, so there is some cool stuff in there. Like, there's a lot to love, especially people who have been playing the game since the beginning. It's nice to see. It's nice to see.
So that's all the blue cards for the set, I think.
Yeah, all of the blue. So Paikuhan is actually super interesting and super makes me want to play the deck. Goku is a gimmick at best, and I just think there's not enough good stuff in that gimmick to make me want to play it.
Yeah, the gimmick is too gimmicky. I'm just going to quickly go back to the leader just to double check, but... Oh no, the activate main is not once button. I was wrong. The deck might be...
It's still a lot, though.
It's still a lot. You need to send 2 battle cards from your drop to your warp to add 1 Halo.
I mean, I'm excited. Like, I love being proved wrong. I mean, we were proved wrong with Toa, and then they've just continued to support Toa, and it's actually becoming this beast of a deck.
But that's common for the black decks.
Well, that's true, yeah. But I just have a strong feeling about Another World Budokai Saga, right? Like, there's so much potential to mine from it,
Yeah.
and the fact that they didn't do two of the major fights Goku has in that tournament, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see where this
Also,
goes.
why does this Goku look like Vegeta at this point?
You know what? I was trying to figure this, and I think it's the pose.
No, because his hair is different. It's the Vegito hair.
Is it? I don't know. I think it's the pose. Because that's like the pose he does when he's like doing Spirit Sword and shit. I mean, I know he's got his hand open and he's firing Ki Blast, but I think, yeah, I could definitely see the hair there. I could definitely see the hair. Either way, it's a cool looking Goku that you don't normally see.
Okay, I just got a brand new spoiler, which I'm going to include in here. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
For the red one.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
It's a new leader, Z leader. SS4 Gogeta, the ultimate fusion. It's a Z leader that costs 3 red Z energy and has 100,000 power.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Well, guys, we'll be breaking that down on the next episode of Players Guild Breakdown and Reveals, which you'll have already seen this by the time we put this video out, because we're probably going to take Red as priority. So, lol jokes on us, because scheduling. But
Thank
yeah,
you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, if you stayed with us for the whole time, please comment, like, and subscribe.
And go back and watch our previous coverage. Yeah, do that. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the red cards now. Woo!
Now or next video?
Now.
Now, okay.
Oh, is it in a new video? But now.
Now, okay.
Now.